Hello, hello. I am Heather with Pink Ninja Blog. Good morning to both of you. How are you today?
Hey, we're
Thank
great.
you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you so much for joining me. My first question is for BD. You have played a number of iconic roles throughout the years, and I was just curious, what is it about this film that drew you in and made you want to be part of the big adventure?
I never gotten to play a big Broadway musical director. I think that is a really iconic thing to want to be able to do. I aspire to be one someday, so maybe that's part of it. And I thought that the movie was delightful, and I'm really into the Blues Clues brand, the whole franchise of it. Well, everything it stands for, everything that it has worked itself over many, many years to be, and successfully, and over time it has shown that it really is head and shoulders above so many other kinds of programming for children. And I love that. And I love this whole New York big musical kind of thing that I get to be a part of in some even if in a small way. I just love seeing these big musical numbers in Broadway locations. I also, when I'm invited to something like this, and I have an awareness that my presence as a person of color or a minority is valuable or an asset to it, then I really embrace it even more than I would without it. And the brand has really become more and more inclusive and diverse as the years have gone by. It's been around for a long time.
Mhm.
And so I endorse that and kind of join the family as a way of endorsing that.
Absolutely. Brianna, what do you hope? I mean, it's fun. The film's fun. But if there's one thing that you really hope that kids take away from it, what would that be?
So I anything I'm a part of, I also try to learn from. And I think this is something that I've definitely learned from as well. Even just playing Rainbow Puppy, I think especially what you're saying, the diversity, the inclusivity. I am a person of color as well. So just that being behind the scenes. And I hope people take that away from the character. And in terms of messages, there's a lot of important messages. Not only are there nods to certain things that all of us know about Blue's Clues, have like maybe forgotten, and we're being reminded about it, but I think the normal way that Blue's Clues is structured is with morals at the end, and we're lucky enough to get a bunch of morals throughout the entire movie. So I think some of them might be, I mean, for me, was trusting yourself, believing in yourself, and following through, because that's extremely hard to do, and not giving up on something. When people say these phrases that we hear all the time, there's so much behind it. And I think it's also a responsibility to like notice and identify what we're really saying, but then also think about how it relates to yourself. And those are just some of the ones that you'll see, but there's so many. So I hope that it's a long list.
And Brianna, this one's for you as well. Rainbow Puppy is clearly a superstar on the rise, and you bring so much energy to the role. Like, I found myself just smiling as you're talking. I'm smiling, and I'm in my 40s. Let's not tell anyone that. But how do you prepare for that? Like, literally, how do you bring that energy? Because even my 2-year-old was jumping around seeing you.
You know what? I'm going to cut in here and say this is her. This is her. She's a very energetic, light, positive energy person that she's very well cast in this part because that's what she brings to it. She's not going to tell you that, but that's what I'm going to go ahead and answer.
Yeah, okay, that means so much, first of all. Yeah, I would say for me, I definitely was lucky enough to try to bring as much of my personality to the role and for them to trust me with that. I do sing randomly. I want people, like, when I say this, I don't think people realize I'll literally be like, oh my gosh, that's a great, like, I'll just sing random things, and I'm singing them all the time. I don't know where that came from, but I love just having that light energy. And I think sometimes even I forget that. And that's something to really ruminate on, because thank you so much for seeing that much light and energy in me, because that also means a lot for myself, because you don't always feel that. You really don't. And that's the reality. And I think being in something like this reminds me of that. And that's what I mean by like me learning from something. I am like entrusted upon to bring that side of myself out. So I think that's why you guys are able to see that. And man, you can't be luckier than that. Seriously.
That's true. That's all true. It's all great. Yes. Yeah.
And I don't know if we have time, but BD, was there one moment of filming that really stood out that really made you happy and smile?
You know, yes, I'm gonna cry. I cry really easily. I've cried through this whole process. I cried watching the whole movie. I don't know why it's so touching to me, but I get to be the person that tells Joshua that he has the part, you know, I get to be the guy.
Yeah. That's
He had
a lot.
amazing things to say about you, by the way. I just talked to him.
Good. No, but you know what I'm saying is that I think it's partly because we're actors, right? And we understand what it feels like. And when somebody says throughout the whole movie, this is what it means to me. Oh my, it's a dream, it's my dream to be this. And then you're at the very end of the movie, you have the line that says.
Wow. So that's, we can really relate, and we're already empathetic as people, but it's so true.
Yeah, so it's a gift to me to be able to kind of just say, oh, I get to say that line to you. And then Josh has this sincerity and openness and joy and love and all the positive things in as a scene partner or whatever. You know, it sounds very corny and actory. It is, but at the same time, I had that experience, and it was memorable to me to have that experience.
Thank you both so much. I appreciate your time today, and thank you for the film. We loved it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Take care.